What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is Thursday, March 20th, and we have 5 NBA games to talk about today. Went 1-2-1 yesterday. I got the Houston pick after looking at the standings last night and realized it was a real good spot for Houston. Missed the Detroit by a point and a half. They won by 3, not 4.5. Knicks did not show up against the Spurs. They lost by 15 as 9-point favorites. And I pushed with Chicago. Had the +6. They lost by 6. So, on to today. 5 more picks. We have the Nets and the Pacers up first. Pacers on a back-to-back. They are 8.5-point favorites at home. Totals at 223. I like the Nets in this spot. Pacers in the last couple games haven't been blowing teams out. When they win, they've won by a couple, except for in a situation where they beat the Sixers by 12 points in Philly 4 games ago. Everybody has been beating the Sixers by a ton more than 12. And even the Nets, the last 2 times they've played the Sixers, have beaten them. Not by 12, but they've also beat the Sixers. So that's not a win to write home about. Before that, they only beat Milwaukee by 1. They lost to Milwaukee after they played the Sixers by 5. They beat the Timberwolves by 2, and they beat the Dallas Mavericks yesterday by 4 in their last 5 games. Those are the last 5. So not really dominating teams like that. And Brooklyn is competing when they see a decent team. So they just lost to Boston 96-104, but 2 games before that they lost to Boston by 2, 113-115. They also lost to Cleveland by 5, 109-104. They beat the Lakers the game before that on a back-to-back. On the first leg of a back-to-back, 111-108. They lost to Golden State Warriors by 2, so they've been competing in these last 10 games with good teams. So I want those 8.5 points in my pocket with the Pacers on the back-to-back, basically. So Nets plus 8.5 is where I'm at. Knicks at Hornets. Knicks still missing Brunson, stacking a bunch of losses in the meantime, except for that win against Miami and a 1-point win versus Portland. And Charlotte, LaMelo Ball is probable for this game, so they're back as healthy as they should be, and I think they can cover this 7.5 points against this Knicks team on the road. So plus 7.5 for the Hornets for me. Probably my least favorite game on the board. The second least favorite game on the board is the Raptors and the Warriors. I like the Raptors to cover this plus 14 number. Like we said the other day, when we lost the Raptors bet, they are the 3rd most profitable against the spread team this season, behind Cleveland and the Thunder. So 60% of the time, those 3 teams are going to cover the spread all season long. Hasn't failed yet. So with this big number, 14, I think that they can probably cover. The last few times that they were double-digit favorites, they haven't covered. So they were 12.5-point favorites on the 17th against the Nuggets, and they lost outright. They were 12-point favorites against Portland, and they won by 10. They were 11.5-point favorites against Brooklyn, and they won by 2. They were 12.5-point favorites with Charlotte, and they hit that one. They won by 18. But Charlotte covered the 2 games before that. And before that, they were 6.5-point favorites against the Sixers, and they didn't cover that one. So some of these bigger spreads, Golden State isn't covering, and Toronto being one of those 3 teams, I would rather have those 14 points in my pocket. So that's what I'm going to be on tonight. Raptors plus 14. I would rather them be underdogs at home, but the against the spread numbers are the whole season, so not just at home. So next game up, we have the Bulls and the Kings. Both of these teams played last night, so both teams are on a back-to-back. The Bulls covered against the Suns, and the Kings beat the Cavaliers outright, who are on a 3-game losing streak at this point now. So this game, Levine is playing against his old team. I think that's a little added wrinkle to the situation. He did not play against the Cavs. So if he plays tonight, he'll be the most rested player on the floor. Sabonis is still out. But I think that Levine angle is the one I like. But I like the over in this game. So these two teams lack on defense and on a back-to-back. I think both of those teams will go through that again tonight. And I like Levine pulling up the slack at the end and getting us over this total and probably getting the Kings a win. I'm just not sure about the cover. So over 233.5 for that one. And the Bucks and the Lakers. I like the Lakers at home. Bucks, as inconsistent as they've been. Don't want to trust them on the road. This Lakers team has been rolling no matter who's on the floor. They have, of course, stumbled a couple times. They haven't won every game. They went through a stretch where they lost 4 in a row versus Boston, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and Denver. But they're coming off 3 wins versus Phoenix, San Antonio, and Denver. So starting to pick up another streak again. Last night against Denver, they didn't have Jamal Murray and Jokic, so easier win than it should have been. Giannis and Lillard are both probable for tonight. LeBron's still out. Hachimura is upgraded to questionable. So is Trey Jemison third. So we'll see who plays. I like Austin Reeves and Doncic to still have a good night, even on the back-to-back. And I don't trust Giannis to carry his team to a win. And we're getting the Lakers as underdogs at home. So that's just the side I want to be on. I could see a situation where they don't cover this number and they lose on the back-to-back. So bet what you like, not what I'm saying. But I like the Lakers tonight to still handle business, if not just lose by a couple. So Lakers +3. So those are going to be my picks. Today I'm going with the Hornets +7, Nets +8.5, the over in the Bulls and Kings game, the Raptors +14 against Golden State, and the Lakers +3. So lock those in. Let's get this money. We'll be back tomorrow to talk some more NBA. See you then.